Members, please take your seats. Quorum call.
Madam Clerk?
Please record your presence. Please push your green button. Is everybody?
Testing, 1, 2.
Has everyone recorded their presence? If so, the clerk will take the call. A majority of all members present, under the provisions of the Constitution, we are now prepared to proceed with the business of the House. The first order of business being the nomination of a Speaker Pro Tem. The chair recognizes a delegate from Prince George's County.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. I stand to nominate a person with high integrity as Speaker Pro Tem, Delegate Adrian Jones.
Is there a second?
Madam
The chair
Chair.
recognizes a delegate from Baltimore County.
Thank you, Madam Chair. It is my distinct pleasure and honor to second the nomination of my friend and one of the true leaders of this body, Delegate Adrian Jones.
Are there any other nominations? Is there a motion to close the nominations? The chair recognizes a delegate from Baltimore City.
Thank you, Madam Chair. It is my privilege to stand here to make a motion to close the nominations on our fantastic Speaker Pro Tem, Delegate Adrian Jones.
Is there a second? The chair recognizes a delegate from Montgomery County.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. It is my great pleasure to second the motion to close nominations for a great public servant for the office of Speaker Pro Tem, Adrian Jones.
Nominations are closed. We are ready for the question. All those in favor of the Honorable Adrian Jones from Baltimore County for the office of Speaker Pro Tem, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. The Honorable Adrian Jones has been elected Speaker Pro Tem of the Maryland House of Delegates. Will the delegates please escort the Speaker Pro Tem to the rostrum for the purpose of being sworn in?
Good afternoon, everyone. Both now we can consider the delegates-elect now as delegates. And I must say, you're looking good. Matter of fact, I don't recognize some of you. But this is going to be a great session, and I know we're going to work collaboratively together. And our interest is in the people of the state of Maryland, no matter what party they are. We're on the same page? Okay.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name,
I, Adrian Jones,
do swear
do swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and that I will be faithful
and that I will be faithful
and bear true allegiance to the state of Maryland
and bear true allegiance to the state of Maryland
and support the Constitution and laws thereof,
and support the Constitution and laws thereof,
and that I will, to the best of my skill and judgment,
and I will, to the best of my skill and judgment,
diligently and faithfully,
diligently and faithfully,
without partiality or prejudice,
without partiality or prejudice,
execute the office of Speaker Pro Tem
execute the office of Speaker Pro Tem
according to the Constitution and laws of this state,
according to the Constitution and laws of this state,
that I will not directly or indirectly
that I will not directly or indirectly
receive the profits or any part of the profits
receive the profits or any part of the profits
of any other office
of any other office
during the term of my acting
during the term of my acting
as Speaker Pro Tem of the House of Delegates.
as Speaker Pro Tem of the House of Delegates.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you again. We have a few guests in the chambers this morning, and I'm going to introduce them first to my right. We have, I gotta look to make sure they're in their seats. Our two great senators, Senator Barbara Mikulski and Senator Ben Cardin. Our treasurer, Nancy Kopp. Our former colleague and now Anne Arundel County Executive, Steve Shue. Mayor Stephanie Rawlings Blake, Baltimore City. My own county executive, Baltimore County Executive, Kevin Kamenetz. Harford County Executive, Barry Glassman, former senator. And our really new Frederick County Executive, Jan Gardner. We have Ike Leggett, Montgomery County Executive. We're Sharon Baker, Prince George's County Executive. We have MML President and Mayor of Chesapeake Beach, Bruce Wall. Charles County Commission President, Peter Murphy, and our former colleague, good seeing you, Peter. Annapolis Mayor, Pantelides. And I think that's it. Okay. And on this side, my left side, we have Governor-elect Larry Hogan. We have Cindy and Megan Bush. We have Barry Williams, Darren Williams, Cheryl Williams, and Councilman Julian Jones for 4th District, Baltimore County. We also have Norm Alton and Babette Rosenberg. And we have a former speaker with us, Cass Taylor. I think that's everyone. Okay. Okay. Nominations are now open for the office of Speaker of the House. The chair recognizes the delegate from Montgomery County.
Thank you, Madam Speaker Pro Tem. For many years now, it has been my great honor to nominate the man who is now the longest-serving speaker in our history. And I just want to say briefly that to the outside observer and to some of the people who are members of this chamber, he makes the job look easy. It isn't. This is a gentleman who listens to all of us, considers every point of view, is very deeply concerned not just about his home city of Annapolis and home county of Anne Arundel, but of the entire state of Maryland. And so it is with great honor and great pleasure that I nominate a man who is my mentor, my friend, a friend to all of us, and our leader, the representative of the great city of Annapolis, the Honorable Michael Aaron Bush.
Is there a second? The chair recognizes the delegate from Prince George's County.
Thank you, Madam Speaker Pro Tem. I second the nomination of a public servant for the state of Maryland, Michael Aaron Bush.
Are there any other nominations? Is there a motion to close the nominations?
Madam Speaker Pro Tem,
The chair recognizes the delegate from Baltimore City.
it is my pleasure to move to close the nominations for Speaker of the House.
Is there a second?
Madam Chair,
The chair recognizes the delegate from Anne Arundel County.
I'm delighted to second the motion to close the nominations for Speaker of the House.
The nominations are closed. We are ready for the question. All those in favor of the Honorable Michael E. Bush for the office of Speaker of the House signify by saying aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. For the 13th time, it gives me the pleasure to introduce the Honorable Michael E. Bush of Anne Arundel County has been elected Speaker of the House of Delegates. Delegates, please escort the Speaker to the rostrum.
Stand on this side.
Okay. Raise your right hand. I
I,
state your name.
Michael Aaron Bush,
Do swear
do swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and that I will be faithful
and that I will be faithful
and bear true allegiance to the state of Maryland
and bear true allegiance to the state of Maryland
and support the Constitution and laws thereof,
and support the Constitution and laws thereof,
and that I will, to the best of my skill and judgment,
and that I will, to the best of my skill and judgment,
diligently and faithfully,
diligently and faithfully,
without partiality or prejudice,
without partiality or prejudice,
execute the office of Speaker
execute the office of Speaker
according to the Constitution and laws of this state,
according to the Constitution and laws of this state,
that I will not directly or indirectly
that I will not directly or indirectly
receive the profits
receive the profits
or any part of the profits
or any part of the profits
of any other office
of any other office
during the term of my acting
during the term of my acting
as Speaker of the House of Delegates.
as Speaker of the House of Delegates.
And for the 13th time, congratulations, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Good morning. And let me just tell you what a great privilege and honor it is to serve in this capacity for this body and these great individuals that have been elected to the state of Maryland. It is truly a humbling experience, and my pledge to all of you is to make sure that you're all included in the solutions for the state of Maryland and that every voice is heard within this historic chamber. You know, this is a great day. We have more new legislators elected this year than any recent year in memory. And they bring a great deal of enthusiasm and expertise to this General Assembly. We also have a great group of veteran legislators that bring experience, maturity, and a willingness to lead, and I want to congratulate all of them as well today. It is also a great day for the families. I mean, no one gets elected here without the support of their family. Their husbands, their mothers, their dads, their community leaders, and they all make a sacrifices. You're down here for 90 days a year. There's a lot of children here today that get to experience this with their mom or their dad, and it's a great thing for them as well. I was telling a lot of them as they were getting sworn in this morning, and we're getting pictures taken, that they'll look back and see their daughters or their sons 20 years from now and realize that when they first got sworn into office, they were here as youngsters. And it's a great thing to share with your family. So I want to thank all the families that are here, have been so supportive, and each and every one that's been elected. You know, the Maryland House of Delegates is one of the oldest and most distinguished bodies in the United States of America. It dates back to 1650. We were known as the lower house, but we consider ourselves the people's house. And as time has gone on, after the Declaration of Independence, we became two distinct branches of government, a governor and two legislative branches, the Senate and the House of Delegates. This is the 435th session of the Maryland House of Delegates. And when everyone's name was lit up there for the first time today, and you see your name up there, whether you've been here 30 years, whether you're here for the first time, you now become part of Maryland history. It is truly a great event. On each of your desks is a Maryland flag, and there's a symbolism behind that flag that's on your desk today. During the Civil War, when the state of Maryland was torn apart, whether you're either going to fight for the Union or you were going to fight for the Confederacy, the Union sympathizers, or those who joined the Union to fight, carried the black and gold banner of the Calvert family into battle. Those who fought on the South against the Union carried the red and white banner of the Crossland family. 25 years after the Battle of Gettysburg on July 4th, 1888, both Union forces or veterans and Confederate veterans came together, and they took two banners and they blended them together to form what is now the Maryland flag. And they marched back to Gettysburg together as one group of Marylanders. So the flag that you have on the desk and the flag that you see proudly that goes across the United States of America and throughout the world is really a coalition of two different philosophies that took part in the only civil war that America has undertaken. And there's a symbolism in that because every 4 years we come back and elect a new governor and a new General Assembly. And just like those in 1888 wanted to build a better Maryland by bringing both sides together, here every 4 years we bring both sides back together in that same symbolic gesture that our Maryland flag represents. All of us have basically the same goals. That's to make Maryland the best state in the United States of America. We all might have different ideas and philosophies and road paths to get there, but that's ultimately our goals. We pride ourselves on building one of the best K through 12 educations in the country. Last 10 years, we've consistently been in the top 5. Matter of fact, 5 years we were ranked #1. We have a great system, but we have challenges within that system, and we need to address them here over the next 4-year period of time. We built a higher education system that is a great higher education system. But there's still people that don't have access to community colleges or to our research universities. We need to keep it affordable and available to all Marylanders. We have a healthcare system that's second to none. There's no other state in the union that has a Johns Hopkins University and a University of Maryland Medical School with a world-class shock trauma unit to enhance the community hospitals and providers and nursing homes and healthcare delivery system that we have here in the state of Maryland. We also need to keep that accessible to all Marylanders. We need to continue to work on a criminal justice system that's fair and equitable to every Marylander, regardless of their nationality, race, or gender. We need to continue to work at that every day. We also need to realize that we are the stewards of the Chesapeake Bay, the greatest free estuary in the Western Hemisphere. That it is our job to protect the bay and its tributaries as we go forward here in the next 4 years of this General Assembly working with the new administration. And we also need to build a vibrant economy. I know that is one of the hallmarks of Governor-elect Hogan, that he wants to build a vibrant economy. We want to join him in that. There are great opportunities and challenges out there. Right now, the opportunity at Sparrows Point to rejuvenate an area that could be a world-class competence to the Port of Baltimore and manufacturing, which has Maryland investors. We need to try to invest and partner with that new development. You have one of the great entrepreneurs in the United States of America now that's a Marylander, Kevin Plank in Under Armour. He has created jobs in the Baltimore region, 1,600 jobs in basically the last 5 years, where the average salary is $90,000 a year. We need to help him build on the investment of him staying in the state of Maryland and the great Baltimore region. We need to be able to move our workforce in the Montgomery County area, one of the most congested areas in the country. We need to make sure that we work with our congressional delegation and Governor Hogan to try to secure the FBI headquarters in Greenbelt, Maryland, which means 2,000 jobs and $2 billion worth of construction projects to help boost the economy here in the state of Maryland. And last but maybe the most important is the emerging information and cyber technologies that are now coming to the forefront. Let Maryland be the hub of the East Coast, if not the country, in cybersecurity, partnering with our great research university, University of Maryland, Hopkins, UMBC, UMUC, all those universities where the best and the brightest can come out and enhance that area to create jobs. There's 18,000 jobs in cybersecurity waiting for people to well-trained to take them. It's our job as elected officials to work with the private sector and our partners in county governments to make that happen. And today is a day of celebration. Tomorrow we go to work in earnest. And we want to work hand in hand, not only with our Senate colleagues, but newly elected Governor Larry Hogan, who I'd like to bring up to the podium at this time to address all the new members of the Maryland House of Delegates. Governor Hogan. I told him I liked his tie.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you so much for extending the invitation to stop by and give you a short greeting. I just want to let you know how proud I am of every single one of you. I know it's a big day. I'm excited for you, especially for the new folks. I know we've got a huge freshman class. I know that you more senior veterans are going to show them the ropes. We're looking forward to working with each and every one of you. Let me just say that it is an incredible honor to have been chosen as the 62nd governor of the state of Maryland. It's deeply humbling, and I'm truly grateful to the people of Maryland for giving me this opportunity to serve my fellow citizens. Some of the challenges that face us are great, but so is our resolve to fix them. And the only way that we're going to solve the serious problems facing our state is if we do so in a bipartisan fashion. if we sit down together, reach across the aisle, and come up with real, common sense, bipartisan solutions. And I pledge to you that's exactly the way I intend to lead as governor. I'm excited about the opportunity to work with all of you, with both houses, with both parties. I believe we can roll up our sleeves, work together, put aside partisanship and party politics, and work together for the people of Maryland who elected all of us. We're going to work together. It's what the voters voted for. It's what they want, and it's what they deserve. And I believe that with all of us working together, we truly can put Maryland on a new path, and together we can change Maryland for the better. So thank you and congratulations to each and every one of you this morning.
We are very fortunate to have one of the members of the United States Senate who is one of the leading voices in Washington, D.C., the longest serving elected woman to the United States Senate of Maryland, our own Barbara Mikulski, to give us an address of our congressional delegation and what to expect from our good colleagues in Washington, D.C. Senator, good to see you. You can address that anywhere you want.
Congratulations, Mr. Speaker, on being re-elected to the House of Delegates and being re-elected as the Speaker of the House. I bring to you the greetings of the entire Maryland delegation to wish all of you well. The members of the Federal House of Representatives are in session today. So if you don't see Dutch, Elijah, Andy, and so on, know that they're at their duty station doing their job. Senator Cardin and I are welcoming the Democratic United States Senators to Baltimore to do our retreat on our agenda. But I wanted to be here today in their behalf. First of all, to congratulate you on your elections. This is an exciting day. Whether you're a first-timer or an old-timer, it means a lot to be here for you, yourself, and your families. Now, you worked very hard to get elected, and now you want to work very hard to do the job that you were elected for. We in the Maryland delegation want to extend our hand to you in friendship and in partnership. When we look at the ship of state, first of all, there's no ship like friendship. So let's all think that we're all in it together. The second thing is listen to the voters. They said they want less partisanship and more partnership. Well, that's not only among the political parties, but among your federal delegation and the Maryland General Assembly. We are both looking at big issues, particularly the budget. You're looking at yours, we're looking at ours. But as we look at the budget, we have to look at what the budget means. And what the budget means should be, how do we create jobs? How do we create jobs that are worthwhile? How do we create jobs that have a living wage? And how do we create opportunity? We want to extend our hand to you. We extend our hand to Governor-elect Hogan. Though the Maryland delegation is 90% Democrat, we're 100% Maryland. We want to be Team Maryland. To the Maryland General Assembly, we say to you, look at the federal government as an asset. How can we leverage your work and our work, jobs and opportunity? Let's bring the FBI headquarters to Prince George's County. Let's work together to bring private sector jobs here and keep the ones we have. And let's look at opportunity. Opportunity to improve the lives of our people and our communities. Let's work together on college affordability. what you need at the State House and how we work with our White House to make sure college is available, affordable, and achievable. So at the end of the day and at the end of the session, we want Maryland to feel that we've been Team Maryland. We extend our hand to you and we say that we really want to make sure that every county is represented, every community has a voice, no neighborhood is forgotten, and every family feels we've all been on their side. God bless you, and may the force be with us.
Thank you. And we have a little business at the desk we have to take care of. And you have to excuse me. As I get older up here, I have to put on glasses. The first order of business is the House rules. The clerk will read the order.
Ordered by the House of Delegates of Maryland that the rules of the House of Delegates in effect at the end of the regular session of 2014, with the exception of Rule 116, be adopted for the regular session of 2015.
We recognize the majority leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move to special order House Rule 116 until Tuesday, January 20th.
We have to adopt the rules first. All in favor of the rules, say aye. Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. The exception is accepted. Been special order. Right, special order.
All right. Mr. Speaker, I move to special order House Rule 116 until Tuesday, January 20th.
All in favor say aye. Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Orders of organization. Clerk will read the orders.
Ordered by the House of Delegates of Maryland that the Chief Clerk of the House is Sylvia Seeger, pursuant to House Rules 103 and 105 of the Maryland House of Delegates. Ordered by the House of Delegates of Maryland that the Journal Clerk of the House is Colleen Cassidy, pursuant to House Rules 104 and 105 of the Maryland House of Delegates. Ordered by the House of Delegates of Maryland that the following desk officers are hereby appointed to serve the House of Delegates during this regular legislative session of 2015. Assistant Chief Clerk Wendy W. Compton, Assistant Journal Clerk Anita S. Bavis, Proceedings Clerk Linda Drager, Reading Clerk C. Rhodes Whitehill. Ordered by the House of Delegates of Maryland that the monies appropriated for the expenses of this regular session of 2015 as set forth in the Appropriations Bill be paid upon joint order of the President of the Senate and the Speaker of the House. Ordered by the House of Delegates of Maryland that the Speaker of the House shall appoint the employees necessary for the proper transaction of the business of the regular session of 2015 as provided for in the budget. This order to remain in effect until changed or modified by the House of Delegates of Maryland. By order, Sylvia Seeger, Chief Clerk.
The clerk will read the appointments.
By the Speaker of the House, resolved that the Honorable Ann R. Kaiser of Montgomery County be appointed as Majority Leader, that the Honorable Dan K. Moorheim of Baltimore County be appointed Deputy Majority Leader, that the Honorable Tawana P. Gaines of Prince George's County be appointed Assistant Majority Leader, that the Honorable Talmadge Branch of Baltimore City be appointed as Majority Whip, that the Honorable Carolyn J. B. Howard of Prince George's County be appointed Deputy Speaker Pro Tem, and that the Honorable C. William Frick of Montgomery County be appointed Parliamentarian. Resolved that the following member be appointed Chief Deputy Majority Whip, the Honorable Benjamin Barnes. Resolved that the following members be appointed Deputy Majority Whips, the Honorable Kurt Anderson, the Honorable Bonnie Collison, the Honorable James W. Gilchrist, the Honorable Keith Haynes, the Honorable Steve Lafferty, the Honorable Kirill Resnick, the Honorable Barbara Robinson, the Honorable Chris Valderrama, the Honorable Geraldine Valentino Smith, the Honorable Michael Vaughn, the Honorable Alonzo Washington, and the Honorable Mary Washington. Resolved that the Chair and Vice Chair of the Standing Committees with the House of Delegates be Appropriations Chair, the Honorable Maggie McIntosh of Baltimore City, Vice Chair, the Honorable James E. Proctor Jr. of Prince George's County, Economic Matters Chair, the Honorable Derek E. Davis of Prince George's County, Vice Chair, the Honorable Sally Jameson of Charles County, Environment and Transportation Chair, the Honorable Kumar P. Barve of Montgomery County, Vice Chair, the Honorable Dana M. Stein of Baltimore County, Health and Government Operations Chair, the Honorable Peter A. Hammond of Baltimore City, Vice Chair, the Honorable Shane E. Pendergrass of Howard County, Judiciary Chair, the Honorable Joseph F. Valerio Jr. of Prince George's County, Vice Chair, the Honorable Kathleen M. Dumais of Montgomery County, Ways and Means Chair, the Honorable Sheila E. Hickson of Montgomery County, Vice Chair, the Honorable Frank S. Turner of Howard County, Rules and Executive Nominations Chair, the Honorable Ann Healy of Prince George's County, Vice Chair, the Honorable Jay Walker of Prince George's County, Committee on Protocol Chair, the Honorable Barbara Frush of Prince George's County, Consent Calendar Chair, the Honorable Ann R. Kaiser of Montgomery County. Resolved that the Speaker makes the following committee appointments. Appropriations Committee, the Honorable Maggie McIntosh, Chair, the Honorable James E. Proctor, Jr., Vice Chair, the Honorable Benjamin S. Barnes, the Honorable Wendell R. Beitzel, the Honorable Mary Beth Carosa, the Honorable Marcus Chang, the Honorable Tawana P. Gaines, the Honorable Jeff Grist, the Honorable Robert L. Grammer, Jr., the Honorable Ana Sol Gutierrez, the Honorable Keith E. Haynes, the Honorable Shelley Hederman, the Honorable Michael A. Jackson, the Honorable Adrian A. Jones, the Honorable Mark Corman, the Honorable Carol L. Krim, the Honorable Brooke Elizabeth Learman, the Honorable Tony McConkey, the Honorable Mike McKay, the Honorable Aruna Miller, the Honorable Barbara Robinson, the Honorable Andrew A. Serafini, the Honorable Theodore Sophocles, the Honorable David E. Voigt III, the Honorable Pat Young, and the Honorable Craig J. Zucker. Economic Matters Committee, the Honorable Derek E. Davis, Chair, the Honorable Sally Jameson, Vice Chair, the Honorable Christopher T. Adams, the Honorable Stephen Ahrens, the Honorable Susan L. M. Almond, the Honorable Charles E. Barkley, the Honorable Talmadge Branch, the Honorable Benjamin Brooks, the Honorable Ned Carey, the Honorable Luke Clippinger, the Honorable Mark N. Fisher, the Honorable C. William Frick, the Honorable Cheryl D. Glenn, the Honorable Seth Howard, the Honorable Richard K. Impalaria, the Honorable Benjamin F. Kramer, the Honorable Mary Ann Lasanti, the Honorable Johnny Mounts, the Honorable Warren E. Miller, the Honorable Kelly Schultz, the Honorable Chris Valderrama, the Honorable Michael L. Vaughn, the Honorable Jeffrey D. Waldstreicher, and the Honorable C.T. Wilson. Environment and Transportation Committee, the Honorable Kumar P. Barvey, Chair, the Honorable Dana M. Stein, Vice Chair, the Honorable Carl Anderton, Jr., the Honorable Pamela G. Beidle, the Honorable Alfred C. Carr, Jr., the Honorable Andrew Cassidy, the Honorable Bob Flanagan, the Honorable David Fraser Hill Dago, the Honorable Barbara A. Frush, the Honorable James W. Gilchrist, the Honorable Ann Healy, the Honorable Marvin E. Holmes, Jr., the Honorable J. A. Jacobs, the Honorable Tony Knotts, the Honorable Stephen W. Lafferty, the Honorable Clarence K. Lamb, the Honorable Corey McCrae, the Honorable Anthony J. O'Donnell, the Honorable Charles J. Otto, the Honorable Shane Robinson, the Honorable Kathy Saliga, the Honorable Kathleen M. Vitale. Health and Government Operations Committee, the Honorable Peter Ray Hammond, Chair, the Honorable Shane E. Pendergrass, Vice Chair, the Honorable Angela Angel, the Honorable Eric Barron, the Honorable Eric M. Bronwell, the Honorable Bonnie L. Collison, the Honorable Antonio Hayes, the Honorable Terry L. Hill, the Honorable Ariana Kelly, the Honorable Nicholas R. Kipke, the Honorable Susan W. Krebs, the Honorable Patrick L. McDonough, the Honorable Herb McMillan, the Honorable Christian Mealy, the Honorable Matt Morgan, the Honorable Dan K. Moorheim, the Honorable Nathaniel T. Oakes, the Honorable Jocelyn A. Pena Melnick, the Honorable Justin D. Reedy, the Honorable Karel Resnick, the Honorable Sid Saab, the Honorable Cherie Sample Hughes, the Honorable Chris West, and the Honorable Karen Lewis Young. Judiciary Committee, the Honorable Joseph F. Valerio, Jr., Chair, the Honorable Kathleen M. Dumais, Vice Chair, the Honorable Kurt S. Anderson, the Honorable Vanessa Atterbury, the Honorable Will Campos, the Honorable Jill P. Carter, the Honorable John W. E. Cluster, Jr., the Honorable Frank M. Conaway, Jr., the Honorable William Folden, the Honorable Glenn Glass, the Honorable Jay Jealousy, the Honorable Trent Kittleman, the Honorable Susan K. McComas, the Honorable David Moon, the Honorable Maricé Morales, the Honorable Neil C. Parrott, the Honorable Deb Ray, the Honorable Samuel I. Rosenberg, the Honorable Will Smith, the Honorable Charles E. Sidnor III, the Honorable Geraldine Valentino Smith, and the Honorable Brett Wilson. Ways and Means Committee, the Honorable Sheila E. Hickson, Chair, the Honorable Frank S. Turner, Vice Chair, the Honorable Kathleen L. F. Zali, the Honorable Darrell Barnes, the Honorable Jason C. Buckle, the Honorable Eric Ebersol, the Honorable Diana M. Fennell, the Honorable Kevin Bailey Hornberger, the Honorable Carolyn J. B. Howard, the Honorable Ann R. Kaiser, the Honorable Eric G. Lutke, the Honorable Bob Long, the Honorable Rick Metzger, the Honorable Edith J. Patterson, the Honorable Andrew Platt, the Honorable Teresa Riley, the Honorable Megan C. Simonaire, the Honorable Haven Shoemaker, the Honorable Jimmy Tarlow, the Honorable Jay Walker, the Honorable Alonzo T. Washington, and the Honorable Mary Washington. Resolved that the Speaker makes the following committee appointments. House Committee on Rules and Executive Nominations. The Honorable Ann Healy, Chair. The Honorable Jay Walker, Vice Chair. The Honorable Kumar P. Barvey. The Honorable Talmadge Branch. The Honorable Derek E. Davis. The Honorable Kathleen M. Dumais. The Honorable C. William Frick. The Honorable Peter Hammond. The Honorable Sheila E. Hickson. The Honorable Carolyn J. B. Howard. The Honorable Sally Y. Jameson. The Honorable Adrian A. Jones. The Honorable Nicholas R. Kipke. The Honorable Susan K. McComas. The Honorable Maggie McIntosh. The Honorable Warren E. Miller. The Honorable Anthony J. O'Donnell. The Honorable Shane E. Prendergrass. The Honorable James E. Proctor, Jr., the Honorable Kathy Saliga, the Honorable Frank S. Turner, the Honorable Samuel I. Rosenberg, the Honorable Dana M. Stein, and the Honorable Joseph F. Valerio, Jr. By order, Sylvia Seeger, Chief Clerk.
Move to adopt the appointments. All in favor say aye. Opposed no. The ayes have it. Message to the Senate.
Ladies and gentlemen of the Senate, the House of Delegates has organized by the election of the Honorable Michael E. Bush, Speaker of the House. We respectfully propose, with your concurrence, the appointment of a joint committee of 6 members, 4 on the part of the House and 2 on the part of the Senate, to wait upon the governor and inform him that the General Assembly is now organized and prepared to receive any communications he may desire to make. We have appointed on the part of the House of Delegates, Delegates Frush, C. Wilson, M. Washington, and Resnick. By order, Sylvia Secret, Chief Clerk.
Message from the Senate. Clerk, read the message.
Ladies and gentlemen of the House of Delegates, we have received your message notifying the Senate of the organization of your honorable body and requesting the appointment of a joint committee to wait upon the governor to inform him that the General Assembly is now prepared to receive any communications he may desire to make. We have appointed on the part of the Senate Senators Pugh and Jennings. The Senate has organized by the election of the Honorable Thomas V. Mike Miller, Jr. as president. By order, William B.C. Addison, Jr.
The introduction of House bills, consent calendar, recognize the majority leader.
House Bill 1, Delegate Glenn, Ways and Means.
Mr. Speaker, so much consider the reading of House Bills 1 through 39.
The consideration of House bills 1 through 39 is a consent calendar. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. They have been entered into the journal. That clears the desk, and we have any announcements to end the session? Any announcements? The majority leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Pay attention to new members. The new member computer pickup for their floor laptops, they're available for pickups by members only. Beginning after session, follow the signs to DLS room G15.
There's one other very important announcement. There's a book that sits up here on the speaker's dais right now that you have to sign in to get your monthly paycheck. So don't rush up here too quickly, but you have to sign in before you leave. And you can form a line behind me because I'll be the first. With that, once again, I want to congratulate you. I believe the Governor House is open for reception today for all the new legislators and their families and friends to go visit the Government House on opening day here. Congratulations, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. Quorum call before adjournment.
Mr. Speaker.
Everybody push your green button so you can be registered here. Make sure everybody's name registers up there. Everybody. Quorum call. Recognize, before adjournment, recognize the majority leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that the House stands adjourned until Thursday, January 15th at 10 a.m.
Without exception, so ordered.